Now this is what you've all been waiting for, right?
Yeah. You forgot an and. How to be pretty and anonymous.
Funny guy. But since I want to sort of tune it down a little, your expectations, we're going for going grey. Light grey, perhaps. How do we pretty anonymous online? There's actually a very good prior art on the subject. The group has made a presentation called OPSEC for Freedom Fighters, and this is sort of the really, really light version with a practical approach in Sweden, in Gothenburg, right now. As in, on my way here. As in, never redecorate your house, arrange 2 Owasp meetups, be presenter of one of them, give another presentation for customer the day after, and start a new assignment for your customer the same week. That's kind of on the way here. Why doing a presentation on being anonymous online? Well, the plumbing, that is getting things working, is pretty boring and it's hard to get right and you need to practice. So this is my way of practicing. And you never know when you're going to get it, need it rather. I'm 45 years old, I'm a father of 2, and my life normally isn't that elite, so this is my way of sort of toying with the idea of being bad. And for practical use, this responsible disclosure the last couple of months has been sort of a problem, because even if researchers are actually using responsible disclosure, they still get smacked with a lawsuit. So it could be a good idea to be pretty anonymous when you're doing some nice research on an interesting subject.
Coordinated disclosure.
Has been
coordinated disclosure is correct.
Okay, we've
responsible. You think something is responsible. Someone else thinks something is.
Okay. We actually coined the term ultra responsible disclosure. We haven't really defined what it is yet, but it sounds nice. If you look at the group's presentation, he has some commandments, that is really important rules to go by. Some of them I sort of adopted. Never operate from your house, and keep your personal life and freedom fighting separated. Don't contaminate. That is, don't use usernames or rather not even share some resources. That is hardware, that is IP addresses, that is accounts, stuff like that. Don't share between the 2 lives, so your freedom fighting life and your personal life. And shut the fuck up. Well, by talking here, I failed that one pretty hard, right? I'm looking into something in this kind of architecture. This is the mobile me, not from my home, of course, through the Internetz, and either directly to the site I'm interested in, or through some sort of base platform, and then towards the site. So this is my game plan. So what are my challenges? Well, should I go for a tour or should I use a VPN? What kind of hardware should I use? And how should I buy stuff? I don't want to use my credit card, right? That's really a bad idea. So I need to solve this in some way. Well, tour is pretty cool. It provides anonymity. It protects me. But the data leaving the tour network as through an exit node, it isn't really protected. So that's sort of a problem. There has been talks about correlated enter nodes and exit zone and stuff like that. I would say it's not foolproof. It's pretty okay unless you have a nation state as your adversary. I don't. So tour would work. Then we have VPNs, provides privacy, but the tunnel sort of gets from your VPN provider directly to your home. It's pretty easy to find the IP of where you start your tunnel. So it doesn't really protect your identity, but then the data is protected. And there's been a lot of talk about, should we use Tor to VPN or VPN to Tor? And the book says, Tor to VPN okay, VPN to Tor is go to jail, and I get confused and it's too much work. And let's do this instead. Let's work with a prepaid mobile broadband, and it's not from home. And if I can buy it in a secure way, it's not connected to me. Of course, it can be tracked to a location, either through the IP or where I bought it. So I can't really hide from being Swedish, but probably my target perhaps is Swedish as well, so it's not a big giveaway. And then add a VPN to that, just as an extra step to keep the ISP prying eyes away. So I need a mobile broadband starter kit. I could perhaps buy an Amazon instance to use as my base. It's probably monitored, but the good thing with this is that I won't leave any trace on my mobile unit. So if I get intercepted by the law enforcement agencies, they won't find any evidence on my laptop. But if they can track the Amazon platform to me, then I'm smoked. Then, just to make it fun, we can add a portal, a personal onion router to avoid Leo. It's actually a Raspberry Pi or a TP-Link router that's been programmed with a custom firmware. You need to Google for Portal by the group. And it's sort of a hardware device that gives you a secure Tor connection, and it fails close. That is, if the Tor connection goes down, you have no connection whatsoever. So it's easier not to fuck up if you use that one. I'm not gonna. It's a fun additional project. I don't really need it for my personal requirements. Money. If you want to be safe, you use bitcoins. And there's a lot of rules regarding mixing wallets and stuff like that. I'm going for the light version. Prepaid credit cards. Okay, it's tied to a physical location where I bought it. I can be tracked with this closed circuit TV in the shop. And the purchases are probably monitored. But then again, this is a case study for a lazy and moderately evil hacksaw. So I don't have to be that careful. I just want to be sort of anonymous. So I walk into the 7-Eleven or Pressbyrån. I buy a prepaid credit card from Spendon. They cost, I think it's a minimum of 300 to 400 crowns and up to 1,500 or 2,000. And you can buy several of them if you want to. You buy a mobile broadband modem. Either you get it from an ISP as a starter pack. They are from 199 in Pressbyrån and 7-Eleven. Or you buy one on like Shell & Company or something like that for like 399 crowns. You use cash and of course your favorite Houdini hoodie. All else will be fail, right? And with the credit card you order a VPN. You can create an Amazon account if you want to. You would require a credit card number, your email, which is pretty easy to get, and a cell phone number, which you already have if you have a prepaid card. This is what a spend-on presentkort looks like. Very easy to purchase, and it works just like a normal credit card. It actually even has a CVV code on the back side. And I didn't actually need to buy a mobile broadband because I had one. Okay, it could be tracked to me, but whatever. And I got a SIM card for free when I walked through Nordstan the other day, where Comviq handed out free SIM cards. So I just needed to charge it with some data, and I did that online through my prepaid credit card. So I'm pretty much done. And you need to be really cool. You need at least one persona as well, and a couple of hacker nicks. That's really important if you're going to be anonymous for real. Any questions? So if you're going to want to go anonymous with me, hook me up and buy me a beer. They're pretty cheap here, I heard. Thanks. And I believe there are still snacks and beers and mingles and breakout sessions available, so go do it. And please use the guest Wi-Fi here.